Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk all things major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and much, much more. And boy, has it been another busy week. I'm your host, Chris, and today we have Mega Update, the video where we talk about bullet points of all the most important news things to happen within the last few days. And between Marvel going to Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con, Thor Love and Thunder having the world premiere drop, ObiWan Kenobi finally having its finale, and the reactions are all there. Believe it or not, Ezra Miller is up to even more shenanigans, and of course, we need to talk about one of the biggest connecting factors in Phase 4, which we saw in the last episode of Ms. Marvel. All of that and much, much more happening in today's Mega Update. If you haven't already, consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our other major movie and television news. Tomorrow, I will be doing a video called Everything I Hated About Thor Love and Thunder. Now, understand that I really enjoyed the movie. I had a fun time, but I do feel like as YouTubers and different individuals, critics who end up getting invited to these projects, to these premieres, to all of this stuff going on, we do get swept up in all of the excitement. And although I definitely loved this movie, I want to talk about a few of the things I didn't like, so you can have a few different perspectives and things to look at. With that being said, the world premiere was fantastic. I had a fun time. And the movie was great. If you want a comparison, it is a very, very comparable movie to Thor Ragnarok. If you enjoyed that movie, that idea, the funny action sequence with all the colors, you're going to love this one. If it wasn't as much a movie for you, then maybe this one won't be on the top of your Marvel fun list. However, they have absolutely nailed it. The characters have given us some awesome new character developments. We get introduced to a new villain whose origin is beautifully displayed on the screen. And I do believe every single joke that they gave us wasn't forced. It was necessary, maybe not, but they weren't not funny jokes. I enjoyed them. I carried it on. It was fast-paced. Definitely a movie you're going to enjoy as well. So, thank you for all of you who support the channel and has made it possible for me to go to these events and to watch these movies so I can bring back a little bit of information for you and get you guys excited for the projects just a tad before they come out. But when it does release, you're all going to have a lot of fun. Thanks to Thor Love and Thunder, we also have a little bit more news about San Diego Comic-Con coming from Kevin Feige himself. During the press conference, he did confirm that they are going to San Diego Comic-Con, which was recently very heavily reported that they would be absent, and he also said that we will be getting some information about the future of Marvel Studios. Now, if you recall all the way back in San Diego Comic-Con 2019, maybe 18, pre-COVID, where we had our last Hall H explanation, our last Hall H, here's everything coming on for Phase 4, when they announced Black Widow, when they announced all of the projects we've pretty much watched, Thor Love and Thunder was the last one on that list. So with the ending of Thor Love and Thunder, we are out of Phase 4, which for me means during Hall H, we will be getting the Phase 5 update potentially, some announcements for Disney Plus shows, or for projects in the MCU that will start taking place into the next chapter, the next phase of the MCU. So get ready for that as well. It will be headed our way. What do I really expect? You know, it's hard to say. San Diego Comic-Con has historically been where we've gotten most of our major updates from Marvel and from Marvel Studios for the future projects headed our way. But we also have Disney Plus Day and then, of course, D23, all happening in succession during September. So we have the Disney Plus projects that can be announced during Disney Plus Day. And then, of course, D23 recently has been where we've been getting most of our announcements for Disney projects and their release. It was there at D23 last when we heard about some Fantastic Four updates and a few other Disney projects that are headed into our upcoming year's schedule. So definitely going to want to have some announcements there, I would imagine. But I'm hoping at San Diego Comic-Con to be getting maybe a Black Panther update, whether it's a sneak peek, a teaser trailer, a full-on trailer, something of that level. And I would also like to get some confirmations for some shows and movies we already know are coming out, like Fantastic Four. We know this is happening. Let's get the official announcement. Deadpool 3. We know this is happening. The Thunderbolts. Several other projects that we've been talking about and are all but confirmed. I'd like to get some firm commitments from Marvel, maybe even a few release dates. Other than that, let's just enjoy that we are getting a Hall H, and when that does come, it will be covered here heavily on the channel, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the cool revelations we will be getting during that event. Also, let's talk Ms. Marvel while we're going on a bit of a Marvel rant. Ms. Marvel is doing very, very well. It's actually the most liked Disney Plus series so far on Disney Plus that we've had for the Marvel projects. It's doing extremely well on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's getting a lot of really good reactions, and I will admit it's better than I thought it was going to be. This character didn't necessarily have a whole lot of anticipation or love as it was coming out, but I think the show has done a very good job, and the character herself has done a very good job at turning around people's opinions and getting people excited. But there was something even more exciting than just a new character and her origin story. In the last episode, episode 3, we found out where the bangle was coming from. It was inside of an odd temple on the arm of what seemed to be a Kree. Now, this is interesting, and they even mentioned that there were 2, which almost guarantees for us that these are Captain Marvel's negabands, and that's a whole new and really exciting thing for us to talk about, and maybe we will in another video. But I want to talk about a detail maybe you missed. That in this temple, on the ground when they're looking up and getting attacked, you can see the 10 rings, which means potentially the 10 rings and the technology that goes into the bangle are connected. The 10 rings organization had the bangles and potentially have the other missing bangle, and the 10 rings didn't want them out in light, and they put them into hiding, or they had them in this temple as, in case they needed to come and get the power, whatever it be. And then the 10 rings from the actual Shang-Chi movie, they're connected technologies. We saw in the post-credit scene that this technology wasn't really identifiable. Even Captain Marvel herself was like, I've never seen any type of alien tech like this before. It was hard to date what they were, but they did put out a signal, just like the bangle puts out a signal. So it seems like this is a massive connection for the future of the MCU. Maybe the Marvels and Shang-Chi will have some type of interconnection as they're trying to figure out what technology it is they're actually using, what type of power, whether it's cosmic, whether it's magic, what it be. We will be getting more information about that further on, and I do think this has been one of the more significant connections of Phase 4. You guys have been begging for connections. Well, this was a massive one. So get excited about the 10 rings having the bangle in their possession at some point during the history of this storyline. You wanted more Ezra Miller shenanigans? Well, here they are. It turns out he's hosting a few kids and their mom away from their father in his house somewhere in America, and it's not been stellar living conditions. Apparently, it's been reported that at some point some kids were chewing on some bullets. This all sounds like a huge carnival act to me at this point. I don't even know what's real and what isn't. Everybody wants a piece of the Ezra Miller pie, and honestly, I think Ezra Miller has figured out it's kind of the end of being Ezra Miller, so why not make a biggest spectacle possible? No word whether or not the Flash movie is going to have any sufferance from it, but they have now said Ezra Miller will not be participating in any future projects in Warner Brothers. But that doesn't mean that they're going to stop playing the Flash movie, which I think many people are going to have a hard time respecting a superhero who doesn't respect himself, and this will probably severely affect box office numbers, and DC just continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Now, it is difficult to say, hey, just go ahead and scrap a $100 million budgeted movie and we'll recover later, because the money's all done. The movie's ready to go. But at the same time, when your character acts like this, somebody needs to take some responsibility. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Should they release the Flash movie, or is it time to shelf it? Moving on to Star Wars, the ObiWan Kenobi finale has happened. It's out, it's been fun, it was an awesome series. I am curious as well, so I'm going to send you back down to the comment section again. Did you enjoy the ObiWan Kenobi series? There were obviously some people who complain about it because, if I'm being honest with you, Star Wars is a pretty whiny fan base, and I mean that in a nice way. You guys are very, very particular about what you want and how you want it and when it needs to come and how it needs to be in the canon and everything, and that's completely fine. Hold your franchise to a high standard. But did you enjoy ObiWan Kenobi? The ending I thought was pretty cool. The visuals are fun. Seeing Obi-Wan rise from kind of being a defeated Ben to Obi-Wan Kenobi once again surely was a lot of fun as well. There were a lot of references and callbacks and even Easter eggs, I'd say, in the final episode. Kind of phrases that put themselves together and really connected the prequels to the original Empire trilogy. So I enjoyed that thoroughly. I didn't get to do a live watch party, which is why I'm talking about it now, just giving you my reaction. I'm not much of a whiner. I'm not really one that's hard to please, so I had a lot of fun watching ObiWan Kenobi. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well, and it sounds like Ewan McGregor isn't done with the role. He said he would come back and play Obi-Wan Kenobi and to continue to tell that story. And if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, seeing him walk away with ghost version of Liam Neeson's Qui-Gon Jinn was a lot of fun, and I'm curious where they were headed. I would like to know that story and what further training Obi-Wan received from his master, and maybe we will get that in some distant future. Taika Waititi has also now been confirmed to be doing one of the Mandalorian Season 3 episodes, maybe even more than one, And we're hearing one of the next Star Wars projects to release will be Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie, which he said he's put a lot of time, research, love, and effort into making it feel like Star Wars. Last few things I want to say are about Thor: Love and Thunder. There are reports that came out today, so this has nothing to do with the fact that I've seen this movie. This is literal quotes from Taika Waititi and from Chris Hemsworth himself. Taika Waititi, talking about Thor: Love and Thunder, has said that there is zero multiverse connection whatsoever to Thor: Love and Thunder. So if you're wondering if anything's going to happen multiverse related, TVA related, and we all know Loki is hanging out with the TVA, do not expect it. This has nothing to do with the multiverse. So that is one expectation that was shut down by director Taika Waititi today, and I've seen the movie, so I can tell you he's not lying to you. There are no multiverse references, nothing. So don't expect that when you go into the movie, and that is from Taika himself. Also, Chris Hemsworth was talking, and he was asked if he's coming back for any more Thor movies, and his answer was this: I will come back as many times as Marvel wants me. I've loved this character. My entire professional career as an actor has been around the playing of this character. So if Marvel will have me, I will be back. He loves the fan base. He loves Marvel. He loves Thor. So as long as Disney and Marvel are saying, hey, let's make more Thor movies, Chris Hemsworth says he is willing to return, which is very promising because I would love to see as much Thor as possible. He is just a fun character. And this movie really, really does highlight that. So that was this week's mega update. I'm sure there's a lot of things I missed. So much stuff happening, but these were the highlights for me. Lots of Marvel news, which is always good. Some DC news, which wasn't so great. And obviously Star Wars is making some mega moves recently. Lots of projects coming out with Star Wars as well, and lots of reasons to be excited there. Let me know what you have been most excited about. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way through in this mega update. I love doing them. I love getting all the news into one kind of condensed video for you, so you can just get everything you need. I think I'm going to make a habit of releasing these on Sundays, so you can look forward to a consistent release of Mega Update, which means you should subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on it. And I'll see you guys all in the next one right here on Cosmic Culture.